Okay, well, now that we're talking about AI, let's maybe go to this one.
Contractor shall not make any use of artificial intelligence tools in the creation of the deliverables without the prior written approval of company. What is this? What are we looking at?
All right, some context. I think I shared this.
Okay.
So, Handsome Frank is an illustration agency representing some of the best illustrators from around the world, and I just posted this on Instagram as a, as an opportunity to sort of share your thoughts, and yeah, that's it. So I shared it because I thought, I mean, you guys, we talk about AI a lot, and AI in illustration, AI in art, and what does it mean for products and creators and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is just something that came up that I thought was interesting.
Our team had some feelings about this. Someone said, don't even use Adobe then. Don't use any products.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's important to note that, like, without the prior written approval of company, right? So
Yeah.
it's not that they're saying that, no AI can be used. It's that just make sure you clear it with us before you.
Yeah, and I think that's
Before you
totally
use
fine.
it.
Like
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
it's a little more interesting with development. Like I see it in design if you specify like, okay, you can use AI for mood boarding, or you can use it for inspiration, or you can use it for like staging characters to get like a scene, but you can't use it for the final output. Or what percentage of it could be used in the final output. It's interesting to specify those things if you're not expecting the designer to just like wholesale use an AI image. In development, it's interesting because like if a developer isn't using AI at this point to speed them up, I'm like, are you wasting time, like Googling and looking on Stack Overflow? You
Well,
should.
even the color combos, like I've seen someone use like I think maybe it was Illustrator or something, but like the vectors were there, and you can quick like run AI and have it like try new color combos and fill it in, which normally you'd have to do manually, and you're doing it in seconds and like iterating on just like different palettes, which is super
Yeah.
interesting. And like that could just be a huge waste of time. Like you could do it in 5 minutes instead of an hour, and like sure it's AI, but I'm like, hey, I'm just swapping colors here. Like I've still done the art. Like where is the line there? It's like,
Yeah.
hey, can I use my program to swap colors easily? Are you guys cool with that? I don't know. Like there's a gray area there that seems ridiculous.
Well, wasn't there like a story, Sean, which I think Sebastian, you're also a part of in some way, if I remember correctly, but there was like a local shop that was getting like posters done, and the artist used AI for it without
It was the
we
city.
and like
It was actually, well, sorry, it wasn't the city.
No, it wasn't
It
this.
was like the one of these tourism associations associated with the city.
And here in Nanaimo,
I was trying not to name names, but sure.
well, we
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I can speak to this. So, what happened is there's just a local organization was putting together this, like, support local event, and the illustration that they were using was AI generated. So, an AI generated
support local.
illustration of Nanaimo with the main headline that says "Support Local." So,
Yeah.
I fired a couple a couple a couple stories, just to kind of say like this is not how we should be using AI, especially not in this context. This is so messed up. Plus, it's very poorly rendered, and yeah, and I mean, I had some discussions with some people over there, and just kind of giving my opinion about when these things should be used, how they should be used, and when is a terrible use for them, and that would be that. An absolutely awful use of an AI generated image to say something in that context. But I think AI, yeah.
I just wanted
Go
to
ahead.
play the devil's advocate.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, in that context, I believe that is a not-for-profit org, or like, I mean, the city. That's interesting. Is a municipality considered not for profit? It wasn't the municipality, but anyways, their mandate is to improve business in the downtown core. They don't have limitless cash, so they hired a local designer who, I mean, I don't think that the customer was aware it was going to be AI generated, or maybe they were. That's an interesting topic of conversation. But like, if they didn't have the budget to pay a local illustrator, which direction do you think they should have gone? Like maybe they just use a photo instead?
Exactly. Yeah. Shoot a photo. Yeah, just use photography, especially in something like that doesn't need to be, I would argue, sort of, you're not producing anything new by using an illustration in that way. So yeah, using a photograph, but most artists, illustrators would be very open to using an existing piece of work for that context, even so, like even like a licensing thing. It doesn't cost that much money too, and if it's for a not-for-profit used in, only in Nanaimo for a period of, everything we do with illustration licensing is kind of, determined on how many eyeballs are on it, where is it seen, what kind of medias is it on, is it digital, is it print, all that kind of stuff, and how long. So something like that, I mean, honestly, I would have, if they would have asked me, for example, I would have let them use whatever they want, free of charge. They're not for profit. Put my name in the corner, but that's about it, because I believe in shopping local. I believe in using my work in that kind of way to enhance downtown Nanaimo in in a marketing piece. But so I understand that, like, I don't think anyone really noticed that it was an AI generated image except me until I opened my mouth and started posting it and stuff. And so I mean, I'm very aware that, like, this is a really tiny issue, and they didn't mean to hurt anyone by doing this. But